Why, hello, you beautiful souls. I hope you're having a great start to your day. And if not, we're about to make it a divine one. So we're going to get right into it. We're going beyond the I am. Today's practice is all about being fully present for a source to flow through, not necessarily being trapped within that individualized I, but really coming into opening up and living through the amness, the beingness that is connected to everything. So we're going to be getting into a little bit of a Qigong practice in addition to a little bit of pranayama before we really drop into the meditation. And it's going to be going throughout in that guided process as usual. So go ahead and get your last few wiggles out. Get a good stretch. A little arm over, a little sweeping, a little axial rotation of the spine. Get some twist in. Allow your neck to kind of feel a little bit more loose and limber. And in terms of our posture, we're going to make sure that we're sitting definitely elongating the spine upright, not too much tension, not stiff and rigid, but a simple, proper posture with a nice relaxed energy about you. Dropping the shoulders, allowing them to kind of rest easy and not crunched up next to the ears. And if you need to do a few little shoulder rolls and drops just to kind of emphasize that relaxation and tensionlessness, go ahead and do that now. When you hear the first 3 taps of the singing bowl, we'll take a nice deep breath. And with our exhale, we'll transmute each one into a divine Om. Allow yourself to open the jaw, relax the mouth. Taking a nice deep breath to regulate here. Filling up the body as much as you can. Even when you feel full, take a few more deep breaths in, little. Simply hold. Allow that warmth, that chi to flow. And whenever the body feels ready, comfortably drop that breath with a nice sigh of relief. And we'll begin. It's here this morning we come to understand that sense of self beyond this individualized self. To enter into that divine water of effortless being. It's here we rest and marinate within that sense of self, the selfless, the nothingness, the emptiness, the fullness, that which has no words, the unfoldment of your divine light. So allow everything to simply unfold and lay back within the mind's eye as if you're watching a film. When you hear the final tap of the singing bowl, shift your attention to that sound of the bowl as it rings. And as it fades into silence, so too shift your focus and awareness to that quiet, that calm, simply listening and being. If you're not already, ensure you have a gentle smile on the face, allowing the tip of the tongue to rest gently on the roof of the mouth. Not in a position that causes the tongue stress, and not resting against your teeth, but somewhere where you can effortlessly lay and connect those points of energy. Allow your breaths to come from that lower abdominal wall, that lower dantian, infant breath. With every inhale, your diaphragm expands, pushing the navel away from the spine. And every exhale, you gently pull that navel back in towards it, allowing that pump of energy to flow. Allow yourself to have somewhat of a slight focus, encouraging the body to breathe from this pattern, in this form, and in this position. And as you get a few breaths in, now we shift our attention ever so gently and subtly towards the flow of our energy. That clockwise motion. With our inhale, we draw in the breath and push it up the spine with our exhale, rotating again in that clockwards fashion up and through the crown of our skull. Starting from that tailbone, we take a breath in, and as we exhale, again, rotation, expanding up. It's with this gentle vision in your own imagination, begin to see yourself radiating with light. As your energy rotates and swirls through your body in a wheel, we allow that downwards motion coming through the front of the body, from the tip of the nose all the way down across the lips, the chin, the throat, down across the chest, deep down into the solar plexus, perineum. We have that counterclockwise rotation. And as we inhale, that energy draws downward. Again, with our exhale, it goes even faster through the front of our body. And as that negative energy swirls downwards, deep into the earth, through our root chakra, wherever it is you are sitting from. This is how we can envision ourselves and feel our torus field of energy. A clockwise rotation upwards towards the heavens, and a counterclockwise rotation pointed down towards the earth. Yet here in that middle point, that fulcrum, the balance between positive and negative energies within you, lies the heart. And it's here in this heart space we feel as if our wings are expanding, as we are all angelic souls. Eternal and everlasting. Continue to breathe in such a wheel-like fashion, allowing the subtle energies to be more tangible and easily perceived with every breath. Our focus is not the breath, nor is it to simply be trapped within our imagination, but to begin to feel our position in this play. That we are beyond the physical, and we're even beyond the energetic. That these tangible and intangible observations are just that, perceived. And it's in this sense we know what the I is, that sense of self. But the time now is for all of us to go beyond it. Many of ourselves lose that sense of individuality and dream. Some gain it. But it's here in these moments that we simply focus on that amness. Not even actively listening to the surroundings, but coming to the recognition that we are that drop of water in the ocean. And just as every wave has its crest and crash, its ebb and flow, so too we are part of that great web and cosmic ocean of love. If the posture has relaxed, that is fine. But remember that gentle smile and that tongue and the tip of it gently resting on the roof of your mouth. For it's here when we come back home to the heart. We find ourselves dropping down through the headspace, exiting the entertainment and constant chattering of the mind, and rising above the emotions, the physical happenings, the tensions of the body. For that in which we are, that divine light, that divine spark, is the unification of both worlds. That positive rotation represents our intangible nature, that which lies beyond the veil. And the negative counterclockwise energy represents that tangible physicality, the form, the flesh, the dense and ethereal energies. Yet witnessing all, binding all together, that balance of the seesaw is that fulcrum of that divine being, all that is, all that ever will be. And when we simply marinate, we unfold, we expand. Allowing that energy to move about freely, we gain more. Because just like the ocean, the waters of the divine are always seeking that path of least resistance and will flow anywhere as long as we allow it. It's here again we not focus. We don't do. We simply exist. And it's that beingness which will naturally unfold. And it's here we must come to understand that anything that is dropped away is not you. Even the aroma of your beingness, what we truly are, cannot be, nor can it be held by the body. Maybe a warmth, a lightness, a radiant light is being witnessed. A deep sense of relaxation and calm. But this too is observed. And our focus is not the observer. It's to come home into our innate way of being. The logical mind can assist us in this physical world, but thoughts are not as necessary as we may appear to be. Emotions are but the radar detection system of boundaries, ways to sense threats, but they are not what and who we are. Just as the physical sensations and feelings of the flesh are not always to be adhered to, but again, are feedback. In those moments of flow, you're not thinking constantly. You just are. And it's in those moments that you go beyond even that sense of I. and dance into the realm of the divine of being, which is why it's effortless, tensionless. In this fulcrum of the heart. And that is the beautiful nature of this existence. It's that we can come to understand that that kingdom of heaven is truly within. You are it already. The peace in which we seek outside of ourselves radiates from us when we no longer seek the external. The more we marinate within this knowing, the more opportunities we allow ourselves to rest in that in which we are. The greater and more freely this life flows. The more we can receive, the more we can attract. Because life is always encouraging us back home through the many happenings and factors that play throughout our lives. But that beingness has the power of free will, of choice. So we must lovingly return back to that in which we always have been, but seemingly forgot. Bringing your attention back to that vortex field, that torus field of your energy. Allow those inwards breath to expand up through the crown chakra as if you have a halo widening its perimeter. And again, your exhale returning to the earth in that counterclockwise motion beneath you, widening and opening up again. And as your sense of awareness expands beyond the form, into the formless understanding of self, the energetic field, continue to lift towards the heavens with those inhales and release all that needs to be dropped away from you with your exhale through the earth. And just as that eye of the storm that we witness in nature, that heart space, that channel, is the motionless in between. And that is the beautiful dynamic of this experience, is that everything that can be understood in the macro, the cosmos, and beyond already resides within you in the micro. And just as our cells are in billions and go through their cycles of birth and death, so too does each of our bodies and everything in this physical realm. But we are all cells of the whole. And that divine beingness, that spark of knowing, of observation, of sensing and witnessing, transcends birth and death. It is the life that gives the whole process its existence. It is that energy that fuels and permeates through everything. It is that divine ocean, that ether. So what are we? What is this life? The simplest word we can understand ourselves to be is love. but it's something that must be discovered through this unfoldment of self, going beyond, seeking to answer the question, who am I? Yet here we come to understand that everything that drops away from you is not you. So what does that mean about your identification with the form, the mind, the emotions, the body? What is life? Naturally is the next question. When we come to understand and detach from that identification of the temporary. And it's here this practice this morning is encouraging you into that second question, that you are life itself. That we are all but cells of the one, and every witness to our witnessing is the Creator. Universal consciousness, divine love. And naturally, that existential question of, well, then what do I do with this? What does this life fully mean for me? And that's the dance of trust and faith that we all must come to enter into our own terms. Because if you know you are beyond the body and the flesh, and that everything is one, then why do you ever have fear? Why do you ever believe the doubts and the anxieties of the form? Come to know in the depths of your being that the only thing that can stick and cause disruption in your energetic flow, your ability to manifest and create, is holding on to that I-ness, that individualized self. That story of experiences, the name in which you were given. Coming to understand your beingness is coming to understand yourself before you were even named and held on to that character based around it. And then we come back home into that divine right, that Creator. Because truly your life is what you make of it, in every sense of that expression. And as this experience radiates from each of us and we dance in this collective playscape, when you change what you witness and can witness, you change what you experience. And you can only experience that in which you are willing and lovingly capable of to entertain. You don't even need to experience anything yet, but that curiosity, that willingness to receive is that divine agreement that we've already set ourselves up for in this experience called life. We'll be taking 3 breaths together through that heart space. And as you draw in the breath, the energy comes down through the crown, through the third eye and the throat into the heart space and upwards through the root, the sacral center, the solar plexus into the heart. And as you exhale, it radiates and shines like a star, expanding outwards in all directions from that heart space. Release the body of breath here. And with the tip of the tongue still in the mouth and a big smile on your face, draw your energy inwards and upwards. And as you exhale gently through the nose, radiate it through the heart space, shining like a star. Again, inwards towards your center point, the heart. And outwards, radiating from it. One last breath again. And expanding that light even brighter and further. And one more final breath with that tap of the singing bowl. We transmute that exhale into a mighty Om. Namaste. And bow to the divine within you. Life is good. Life is good. And I hope that you had a lovely drop in this morning. And thank you all. Those coming and going, dropping in. Don't forget to hit that like. And if you have any requests for future satsangs, feel free to leave them in the comments. Send me an email, something. Let me know. And ultimately, it's that divine birthright that we all have to come into knowing that we've never been alone, that we can transcend every temporary happening. But as it's in every religious text, every philosophy, fear not. Because fear is that contractive force, energy's flowing both ways, that we have when, we get caught up in the temporary stories and happenings. But fear is, again, the contractive force that cuts us off from receiving. So the more that we can focus on expanding that energy field, opening up consciously, allows the body to relax, allows the body to drop its tensions. And in that same sense, it is like we go from a little shot glass to a big bowl, to a big jug, to a big tub. And over time, those get filled. And as you continue to expand, eventually you'll become that ocean of love itself. And from there, you have the full force of nature with you. You dance with life. Synchronicities align, perfect timing moments align. And you just begin to radiate and live this life of just cinematic play, because that's what we're here to do. But we must come to console the form, heal the body, because then we can just receive more. And the more we let go, the more we receive. And that is the exact correlation for a linear path that results in exponential expansion. And that is the beautiful nature of how we truly evolve in this life, is the moment that we are willing to drop, the moment we're willing in general for anything, we'll receive it. And life is juicy. Life is, it's such a gift to be able to lovingly return home to that love of the Creator. And that's kind of the name of the game. And the catch-22 is, the more we resist that, I would say the more gentle to forcibly the pushes will get in life. And we're the generations, especially if you're listening to this right now, we're the generations to bring balance again. To bring us, out of the ethereal flow and airiness that can so often happen in the spiritual realm, and to really ground it, anchor it, connect it in something real, and that is Source. And only from there can we really ground and tether and bring these full, concepts, ideas, yearnings, aspirations into full manifestation. And it is our job, again, our birthright, to live a life of love and to create such a divine playscape that everyone can participate. But we must look within ourselves in order to step into that path. What stories are you holding on to? What identity are you holding on to? It wasn't yours, it was gifted, and you merely entertained it and held on to it. But what happens when you drop everything? Does everything go away? In our meditation today, the practice was to simply return back to that sense of beingness, that silent witness, that knower, the observer. And when we do that, everything unfolds in a very beautiful fashion, does it not? So trust what you experience, not what the mind tells you, not what the body feels, not how it reacts. It's finite, but you are infinite. And with that, may the fruit of knowledge offer a seed, and in that seed may your love, will, and intuition give life and nourishment, for a tree shall grow, and in its shade may you find peace, and offer peace to all whom ask. Namaste. I bow the divine within you. I love you so much. Have a great day. Take it easy. Peace.